Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Brian Plays. Continuing Metroid for the NES. We've had a fairly smooth playthrough of the game, except two pits that caused us misery in the first video and second video. But we're in we defeated Kraid, and we're in Ridley's lair right now. So, you know, we're getting there. And hopefully we can get the good ending. If not, I will show you a picture of it. So let's continue. How's the volume too? I wonder if it's loud enough. Alright. Now, you might remember a room like this in Super Metroid. Well, you might also remember there's holes in the ground. I'm not sure if there's all here. But we have this little area here. And obviously you need the high jump boots. And you don't have to kill the enemies with the beams no more. Since we have the screw attack, everything becomes easier. I also remember that my health is a little low because I had to force kill myself after the pit debacle. See, this is a great place to farm health. Still doesn't come as fast as you would expect though, the health. Because in this game you still get items that are unnecessary. In Super Metroid they fixed that. If you maxed out on missiles you wouldn't get any more missiles. So getting health here is going to take forever. But, you know, it is a nice place to do all that farming that everyone mentions. Hey, Mike. Thanks for watching. I think you appeared in more of my videos than anybody. I was actually thinking of putting these videos on YouTube. And I actually started. Now, I know my videos are not good quality. I'm literally taking my phone and just aiming it at the TV every day. But, I started my own YouTube page and I just want to see how it goes. That's awesome. Yeah, we're definitely going to play Dr. Mario one night soon. That'll be fun. Let's see. I thought there was something here, like a missile pack or something. Wait, did I actually get a missile pack? Yeah, I did. I wasn't even paying attention. Alright. So this area is just for the missile pack. It's so big you'd think you would get another item here, but apparently not. In Super Metroid, they also had those enemies that came out of the pots. You had like 8 enemies in a line, and when you kill them, you get so much more health. In this game, they're really stingy with the health. I think if you look at all the main series like Mario or Metroid and Zelda, I really think Metroid is my favorite series. I don't know. It seems like if you gave me a bunch of games, or you told me play all the games in order of a series, I always go to Metroid for some reason. For Zelda, I'd have to be in the mood to play. But once I get invested in the game, it's like that's all I want to play until I beat it. Yeah, Mike agrees with me. Metroid, I don't know, something about it I just like. And they never always had games for Metroid right away. I mean, they had the first game, then the Game Boy game. I think there's a hole here, yeah. And you really just had those first 3 games. You had the Metroid that I'm playing now, the Game Boy one, which I played on Super Game Boy all the time, and then Super Metroid. And those were the only 3 games until Metroid Prime came out. But you had to wait a few years for that. So like, I guess if you didn't have a lot of games in the series, it kind of had more special meaning to me. Oh yeah, I think there's a pit here. I don't know, the first Metroid Prime kind of grew on me, but I was really against, oh, there's definitely a pit there, I just jumped over. Yeah, I was against the game going 3D, partly because I love Super Metroid so much, I just didn't see it happening. And then I remember the second Metroid Prime came out, and I think I actually played for like an hour or 2, and then I couldn't get into that game until like a year later. I started it over, and then I got into it. It's like, that one's like the dark horse of the series. And then I think the third one was for the Wii remote. Ooh, what's going to happen here? Let's see. Okay. There's so many videos on Super Metroid where there's like tournaments and people speedrun through the game, and now that you can manipulate the game, they have like the randomizers. And one summer, it was last summer, I got into just watching these people play, and it was interesting because everything was randomized, like the items, and everyone's like wall jumping all over the place. I didn't even know you could wall jump when I was little. Whenever I fell into that pit where those green aliens were, I thought it was a trap. Okay, let's see. Oh, this jump. Would I be cheap if I made a save state? I'm gonna make a save state because I suffered with 2 pits before, and it really cost me. Oh no! I want to see what's on the other side of that. There's no way you can jump across, I don't think. Nah. That was a disaster. I'm not sure I can get around to that. I'm pretty sure there's just a missile pack behind it, but I'd like to get 100%. If you gave me an option to like speed run or to get everything and see everything, I'd rather see everything in the game. I'm not too concerned with speeding through it. Alright. I remember this corridor. This is on the east side of the Ridley's place. Now if I go up, there should be a door on my left. But I think it's just a dead end. It's a teaser for the missile pack that I tried to get over the pit. I can confirm that now. So anyway, with that E-tank that I got before, its purpose was to fill up my health, but it does not... Yeah, see, look. The purpose of that E-tank isn't to add another one. You can only get 6 in the game. Alright. There's no way around that. So what I could do is just try to get that jump. I really don't think you can jump to it. See, you have to bomb yourself. See, that proves it right there. Ah, you know, if I stayed in the ball form, I would have made that, I think. Maybe I could pull right if I get a bomb up there and ride the wave. Yes, there you go. That's tricky. Now, I'm playing on the Switch version, if you're wondering what those gray patterns are on either side of the screen. So I'm using the Switch controller. And I'll tell you, it's a good controller, but it's just not the same as playing with the NES controller. And I'm not making any excuses. But there is a feeling of familiarity with the controller that you're used to playing with the game all these years. Okay, so now what I want to do, I think I can take a number of routes. I believe I can fall now, down here, and go right. So anyway, I'm gonna mention this now pretty much every time I start a video. I do have a YouTube channel. I mean, it's just my name right now. So if you type in my name, you should see some videos that I made. And I basically just put up the first 3 videos that I ever live streamed, and that was Ultimate Doom. So please, if you're searching my name, you obviously know me. It takes 2 seconds to subscribe, and I would really appreciate it if you did. And those videos are public, unlike the videos I do here. So, you know, it'd be nice if I saw some subscribers come on. If you want me to subscribe to any channel that you like or that you promote, I'll return the favor too. So basically, if I'm one more missile pack away from 180, and if you add 180 and 75, that'll be 255. And that's the goal for all of the missile packs in the game. And in this game, all you have is missiles. So once you get all the missile packs, you know, you got all the items as well, we'll have 100%. And here it is. So that's 180 missiles total. We got everything we need. We have to find Ridley now. So, let's see. Obviously, we'll have to go back now. Remember that area, that pit? Well, you go left this time. And then I believe we mapped out this whole entire area. There's really no way to avoid all these enemies. You just do the best you can. It's a tight squeeze in these narrow corridors. Okay. So we're back on the east wing. You go back in here, should be a green. Yes. Alright. Look at that. There's no way you can block that. Especially since you can't get a rotation here to use your screw attack. This game had great color and design for its time. If you play Super Metroid, this room is almost identical. I think Ridley should be right behind here. And if you look at Ridley's design, you can see the inspiration from Alien. Look at that head. Wow. Even when you miss, your missiles are serving a purpose to open that door behind you. A purple door, I think, takes 10 missiles to explode. Ugh, let go of me. Okay. As you can see, you can stand on the there's an invisible platform on the lava. I don't know how far it goes. Yeah. But you can walk on the lava here in some areas. And there's another E-pack. So now we got 2 more E-packs than you needed to find. So I think the lesson learned here is that you can kind of forget the E-pack unless you really need it after Kraid. And I'm not falling in any pits today, see? I'm promising you guys that. And that is why I made a save state before that platform. Because it wasn't a matter of, oh, what if I die? It was just to save me time. Because how many times did I fall down that pit? Like 7 times? This video wouldn't be ending at like 2 in the morning if I didn't make a save state. So I think in certain cases like that, I'm going to make an exception to make a save state. So I don't want any hardcore game players to be upset like that. So now we begin the journey back to the beginning of the game. It's not as far as you think. And you do want to keep your health a little high. Look, you run the same distance, the same speed as the enemies. Yeah, Mike, the Doom games are definitely worth it, because, I mean, they're $4.99, right? So, I bought the Doom and Doom 2. So, that's under $10. So and then you get the Ultimate Doom, and you get Doom 2, and with Doom 2 you get the Lost Levels, or I forget what it's called. I think it's called the Lost Levels. That's like another 20 levels. And then I noticed about a month ago they have add-ons for both of them, and it's like, you know, like these fans, they make the different WODs and the different maps. These are like award-winning WODs that they added. So it seems like they have like a community where people are gonna design levels, and if they approve it, you can have them, and they're free. So, and they also added, they added like 5 new episodes for free, and then they added the final Doom also, which is TNT Evolution and the Plutonia experiment. So it's so many levels. I think I actually added all the levels up. Just on the add-ons alone, it's like 165 new levels. So the Doom is worth it. And they also have Doom 64 and the Doom 3 that came out for I think it was on Xbox, the original Xbox, and PS2, I think. But and it's the version that it's the version with the extra content on it, and they made it look better. It's the spruced up version, the Doom 3, and that was only that might be $9.99, or yeah, I think it was $9.99. But it looks great. And the makers of Doom, they really, I guess, id Software, and I think it's Bathsheba now, or Bethesda, Bathsheba. But they really care about the fans. They don't want to jack up any prices, and they like to give you free stuff. Now I gotta remember how to get out of here. Let's see. There's something cool about Metroid game when you're towards the end of the game. You're so jacked up with energy and powers. You just like glide through the game now. Let's see. I actually gotta go up. Go up a little more, I think. Alright, let's see. Gotta look for a place with like white clouds or whatever. This is it right here. And it's always cool too that the final area they call Tourian, it's usually, maybe I think in every game, it's towards the beginning of the game. So it's kind of like you go full circle to get to the final boss. Alright, here's another elevator. I forgot I got the extra missiles from Ridley, so it's got a total 255. I think I can start farming now, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance. There is a chance in the final blue room, but here's a good place as any. And we're just going for missiles, you know, 255. These guys always seem to drop more, unless it's my imagination. And this is not as tedious as you think. It's not like an RPG, like Final Fantasy farming. Uh-oh, we need some missiles, no? I don't see any more missiles. I should have 255. Alright, let's see. Now, the good thing about, I guess, falling in that pit was that it forced me to get, my ice beam back, because that's what I would have to do anyways. Give me a moment, I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, I do have more missiles. So I literally killed about 40 enemies, and no more new missiles came up. I was thinking I forgot missiles, and then suddenly they dropped. So, yeah, that's something that was addressed and fixed. I mean, I was going through my head all the different missiles that I got. I mean, I'm actually trying to remember everything. And, you know, the enemies aren't leaving you anything after like 40 kills. So I'm thinking, wait, did I miss some missiles? And then I'm like, wait, when I got stuck in the pit and I died on purpose, did I lose my progress? And the answer is no. The enemies just don't want to leave anything behind. Alright, we got at least 245. Those guys just stopped leaving missiles though, it was crazy. Alright. And we continue. Alright, we have at least 250 missiles. Yes, alright, we have 255 missiles. It's been confirmed. Now you know what I'm gonna say next. Super Metroid fixed that problem too. Wait, Super Metroid actually... Wait, does Super Metroid show you the total missiles out of... No, I don't think it does, actually. I've seen so many different changes in that game. Alright. So, this is the last time you'll ever be in the regular part of the game. What I'm gonna do... We'll save it. I can hear all the boos right now. But, I like saving it at the beginning of the end. Because one day I want to show my 2-year-old nephew the ending of all of my favorite games. I can't wait till I can play games with him. I think I just bombed these? I'm not sure. Shoot him. And there you go. Never bomb this. Never go down there. There's no reason. Yeah, I really can't wait to play these classic games with my nephew. But I'm sure he'll be exposed to better looking games, and if he looks at these, he might be turned off by them. So I really want to get him into these type of games early. And here we go. So you basically freeze him, and then shoot him with missiles. It's a little tricky, especially when you're, to switch your gun, they give you a bunch of missiles too. To switch your gun around, you really have to hit select, and that is not the best, not the best job for your fingers sometimes. If a Metroid attaches to you, roll into a ball and keep bombing to get him off of you. It's a really frustrating feeling, but 1, 2, 3, 10 missiles for the gold door as well. And here are the SpaghettiOs. I don't believe they leave anything, so they're just there to annoy you. And you always got to keep your ice beam ready. And you see how they just spawn like that? Uh-oh. Alright. He kind of just appeared out of nowhere. Alright. When they start flashing, you want to switch back to your beam again. Now, is it necessary to kill? Is it necessary to kill all the Metroids? I know it is in Super Metroid. You could probably get away with it here. But, you know, it makes no sense. Kill the Metroids. The response of your weapon is really good in this game. There's got to be another one here. I don't remember such a long gap with that one. Alright. Oh. Wait, I froze him. Gotta be careful now. Now, do they respawn? If I were to go up right now, would there be any Metroids? I'm not sure. I don't think so. And this is just... I thought this was the last room. No, not yet. It's good to keep the screen rolling back. You don't want to go too far, because then you'll have a swarm of them all over you. See, like that. You gotta be quick too. Wow, right in my face. Okay, take a deep breath. Getting up to this part of the game being so drastically different than the rest of the game, this was some feeling going through here. If you don't hit them fast enough, they'll regenerate. This is pretty much the heart circulatory system of Planet Zebes. And you see why you need all these missiles. And we have plenty of missiles, so our health looks like it's good. You don't want to get stuck down there. Oh boy, that's the last pit in the game. I'll play conservative and just peekaboo shoot him all the time. If you can focus on the music, you can listen to how intense it sounds. The composer of the game, who I mentioned earlier in an earlier video, he wanted the music to not sound like music, but like a living organism. And by the way, this enemy is Mother Brain. Boom! Alright. Usually the dot on Mother Brain flashes when it's almost dead. And I didn't notice that. It almost looked like I wasn't doing any damage at all. But I did hear that sound, so it was registering. Whoa, did you see that? Talk about falling off a platform and regaining your footing. Now, you know a bomb is going off. And these platforms are so tiny. Your heart is beating right now and you're shaking. You're like 10 years old and you're playing this. It's a pretty crazy moment. And that's it. The other Metroid. Perhaps that's an allusion to Metroid Other M. There you go. Wasting my time in those pits. Don't worry, I'll show you a picture of the true ending. Now I heard that you had a 5-hour limit. And I definitely beat the game under 5 hours. I mean, look at the time of my videos. So I wonder if keeping the game paused hurt me when I shut off the game. I mean, I just closed the system down. Because I know it didn't take that long. They didn't actually give me a time at the end of the credits. But this is a fantastic game all around. There's Gumpy Yokoi. Rest in peace. He would be responsible for making the Game Boy and helping to put the sequel on the map. He also invented the Virtual Boy. That's not one of his brightest moments, but the guy was a legend for Nintendo. Okay. Now, they restarted you already. You have all your items, I think, right? No. You have your various suit and your beams. So, we can make a new save point here. Now, I don't think the enemies are any more difficult. But it's cool to start over with all your items. Since I like to show you guys secrets and things, I do want to show you a couple of password secrets. I haven't put a password in decades, but I don't even know how to get to the password screen. Continue. Alright, here we go. Now, here's a password that should work. These passwords are ridiculously long. And it's a shame that they didn't have the battery pack technology at the time. Japan had it on the Famicom, Family Disk System. But it wouldn't be until The Legend of Zelda. I believe I put zeros here now. Now, I think I just hit start to activate or what? Let's see. Yeah. Look at this beam right here. It's a different type of beam. Yeah, it's a different looking beam. You got the, you see that? So you have all the power-ups. You have the ball too, but of course the items are back anyway. But I just got hit and I gained energy. Isn't that weird? Oh, it's just a random. You have infinity health. So Narf's sword with all zeros. If you want to fool around, see, I'm not losing any health. My beams look different. I have infinity rockets. So if you want to have fun with this, you know, if you have a kid that you don't want to see him die all the time, you just want to see him have fun, put in Narf's sword, or just ask him, I'll tell you the password. So I actually never used this password as a kid. I'll show you a password though that I used to use. Let's see. We'll reset the game and do that. Now, this was pre-internet days. I don't know how you know, I know how I got this. Where do you go if you're a Nintendo fan and you want to know how to beat a game or have an advantage? You get Nintendo Power. Unlock the power. I'm pretty sure that this password was in an issue of Nintendo Power. And perhaps my cousin or somebody told me about it. And look at your outfit now, see? Now that's pretty neat, huh? I think you get the wave beam. Yeah, I always remember a wavy beam. So you spawn in, I don't think this is ice as well, right? Let's see. Now how cool is that? And look at your health too. You get 5 E's, 255 missiles. You can run out of missiles, and then you can get hurt. I think you can get hurt. Can you get hurt? Let's see. Yeah, you can get hurt. So, you're not invincible like the last time, but you do have your health. You got everything. This is a great way to start a game too. If you're, you know, if you have a child and, you know, they're young, they're probably gonna die a lot, but you want to see them advance in the game and have fun, this is a great code. Yeah. You get jump boots and the screw attack as well. And there's other codes too, you know, random codes. And they all basically start you in different areas in the game with different amounts of missiles. I'm gonna try another one too. Let's see. This one should be easy. Alright, let's see what happens. This one, she has brown hair. You kind of have like a rapid fire. You don't have any missiles. So there you go. There's different ways you can play the game again the second time. The only difference with this is basically your appearance. Alright, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed watching Metroid. It's a really fun game. And down the road, I will be playing the sequels. Alright? I'll So I hope everyone has a great night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care, and you know, search my name on YouTube and subscribe, okay? I appreciate that. So long.